up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of DTV. My name is Dane Thompson. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you're returning, that is awesome. So today, it is actually kind of windy and crappy. I don't know how the audio is going to sound, so it's probably just going to be like some Kenny G background music or something, and maybe me possibly working on my Maliboom. So the plan for today is to get the hot side finished. I started it last weekend or the weekend before, so it's the holidays, so like 2 weeks ago. And I got one side decently done, and I just got to do the crossover pipe. So if we get that in today, I will be excited. And then I actually got a cheap intercooler that I'll give you guys a look at real quick. On eBay, I was just gonna go a hot setup, but I talked to the tuner, and I was like, man, by the time I do it, I know I'm gonna be disappointed because it's gonna be hot, and he's gonna pull a bunch of timing because he doesn't want to blow my car up. So I might as well just get a cheap one. So I got a cheap one. I think we're gonna sink it into the front bumper. I've had a mixed bag of reviews on if I should or shouldn't. Everybody's like, it looks like it's, you know, some sport compact when you stick it in the front like that. But I don't really have a lot of options. The only option would be in the front behind the grill, in front of the radiator, which my hood release latch is there, so then that poses an issue trying to get my hood open, and then cutting holes in the way the plumbing would go through, or I can stick it behind the radiator inside the engine bay, which is pointless because then the ambient air temperature is the same underneath the hood, or it's hot underneath the hood versus what it is outside of the hood. So that's the whole point, is to cool the charge. So I'm just gonna sink it in the bumper, call it a day, and try to get stuff done. Not really worry about, oh, you know, if anybody likes my shit or not, because I don't really care. I just want to go drive it and have some fun. So let me give you a quick look at the intercooler that I got, and we will open the door of doom right here and show you some of the wind and get after it.
Ooh, shiny.
Bam, ta-da. It even says JDM Sport, so you know it's legit. So that is it. That is my JDM, I think it was like $60 intercooler. 2.5 inlet, it's only 2.5 thick. They had a thicker one, but it was more money, and then I didn't know fitment wise. I figured this is just the easiest route. Later on, we can always get excited. I'd probably just go water to air at some point, but this will get me started. It's within the budget. That's it. Let's open the door of doom and go do this.
Oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. You get it, man, you got it, man. You don't belong. Goddamn scumbag won't last long. You want the good life, you are a spade man. Break your neck, man. Stay in check, man. When we come up from the gutters in the streets, we do remain. The rhythm and the fact we ain't here to entertain. Fix it with the violence and he's
All right, let's roll. All right, so here is the driver's side that I made last time you guys watched this. It's the passenger side we're gonna bolt on and do today, and then this is the start of the crossover. I just got it tacked, and then it goes obviously to that V-band underneath the car. So first things first, we'll bolt all that on, get this guy bolted down, and then start on some tubing.
You got it made, man. That you're invincible. You gotta find me. You're hysterical. I take it personal. It's just a principle. You look a mirror, man. You ain't invincible. Yeah, the hoolies got the purpose. Yeah, we got the fucking style. Fulfillment doesn't come from some plastic shiny smile. We're lonely and we're chosen wolves deep in the pack. Immoral and delinquent, so you better watch your back. Oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so that's what we have, and then this is loose so I can turn it. And then as far as it hanging down, it's not that bad. I mean, I guess I could shorten it up here just a little bit, but I want to get the other side kind of started, and then I have a flex pipe and all that stuff. So let me take the other side off and then see where we're at as far as piping goes.
Oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, sometimes you just try to be nice and it doesn't work. So you just got to get a bigger hammer and let it have it. So that thing's coming off whether it likes it or not. That's what I say. F bolt. Well, this is a guy that didn't want to cooperate, but it's a stud. And I know I've got other ones of these laying around, so I'll probably change that guy out. I'll put some penetrating oil on it before it goes back in, because I'm not going to be turboed today, so we'll have to do that. So the test fit on the passenger side looks good. It looks like it's going to clear and go straight down where I need it to go. So before I put it in place, I'm going to take and tack weld a V-band to the bottom of it, so that way I can slide the pipe in and out so we can get the angles that we need and go from there. So I'm going to clean the edge of this up, tack weld it, and then we'll stick it on the car and we'll crawl underneath and see what kind of angles we need for some piping, and then we'll go rummage through the back and through whatever scrap I have laying around and figure out how to connect the passenger side to the driver's side so it can all go into the turbo, and then that's where the party happens. So let me tack weld this, we'll slam it in, and then we'll get some pipes and start making some sparks.
Well, I should have known it wouldn't be alright, but I can't live without her, so I won't even try. If I get drunk, well, I'll pass out on the floor now, baby.
She fits good. Looks like there's extra room too. Between here and then even right here. Before you couldn't even really see any of this stuff. So this manifold's pretty cool. It's really tight right here, but if you tighten this one first, it shifts it back, so we're good. But yeah, let's look underneath. So there's my V-band tacked on. Looks like it's pointing into this thing a bit, but hopefully I could just navigate around that. We'll see. So let me get some tubing on here and see how we go. If anything, I'll just knock it in so it doesn't hit it. It'll be good. I have some stainless pieces. I rummaged through my scrap bins in the back, and it's a 12.5-inch drop to like a 90 or maybe a little bit more. All I have is a little 90, so I'll just pie cut the end if I need some more angle, and then that's it. Life should be good. So we'll mock that up, and then I have a little flex piece in the middle, so that way when you're putting it together, it has a little give to it. So let me get that made with the little 90, then we can mock it up, maybe put the little flex tube, kind of tack it together, put it in there. I'll give you guys a look at it. And once we get it in there and fit, we'll weld it up, and then we're ready to set the turbo back on, make sure everything looks good there, and then possibly start on this intercooler out front. So that's it. The wind is still whipping, so I'm going to try to talk in here so I don't get all my audio ruined, and then the other stuff will just kind of show you stuff today. So let's keep on rolling, shall we? So I got everything on there for the most part, and I'm happy with it. It's funny because it's almost a little short, but everything touches, I think, enough to weld it up. I got a little carried away cutting things up, but that's besides the point. I'm going to crawl underneath there, hopefully kind of tack it in place the best I can, make sure everything kind of clears. And wherever I like it, we're going to glue that thing together with the welder, and then we'll pull it out, get some real good tacks and stuff on it, fit it maybe one more time. Then we'll weld it up, and then we'll test fit it for the last time. We should have a hot side. Then it's plumb the intake portion of it, and then at some point figure out exhaust. And I think we're just gonna get things done versus complicate life and try to make it fancy. We're just gonna make it happen. That's what we're gonna do. So let's crawl underneath there, tack this thing, and then I'll pull the monstrosity out that is my hot side and kind of show you guys what we cobbled together. So that's a look at the crossover tube. I tacked it up real good. We're gonna crawl back underneath, stick it up there one more time, tighten it down, relatively snug, that way everything kind of fits the way it should. Double check everything, that's it, pull it back off. One more time, one last time, weld it up, and then that thing is done. So, all right, so here is the conclusion to today's video. This is my crossover pipe that connects one bank to the other bank and feeds the turbo. So this guy's done, welded up, it's cooled off. Obviously it's not on the car yet because I don't have a turbo on the car yet, unfortunately, but it is coming. So we're gonna mock up the turbo possibly tomorrow. If I get a chance, then I'm gonna mock up the intercooler and kind of see how we go with that. Intercooler placement and all that other fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. I have it coming, but other than that, I am done for today. I'm out.
What happened? Oh, okay, it's a weird place to stop.
No, I'm glad you did.